Chosen one, congratulations. It's over, and you'll never have to go through that again. Listen closely, because what you are about to hear is not something to ignore or scroll past. It carries a weight that could shift how you see your life from this very moment. Imagine these words being spoken directly into your heart, steady and clear, reminding you that the painful cycle you have been trapped in has finally reached its end. This means the struggle that drained you, the season that broke your strength, and the burden that followed you day after day is now closing for good. What is happening is not random. It is a turning point where your endurance has met its reward and your suffering has reached its limit. You need to stay with this until the end, because what unfolds here will help you understand why it had to happen and what is about to replace it in your life. Type Amen to affirm. You are not imagining this shift, and you are not being given false hope. Because what you endured was real, and it shaped you in ways you did not even notice. The statement that it is over means that the lesson has been completed. The pressure has served its purpose, and the chapter that once felt endless is now being sealed. You will never have to relive that exact pain again, because growth does not repeat the same test once it has been passed. What lies ahead is different in nature, lighter in weight, and filled with opportunities that were not possible before this transformation. You are being moved out of survival and into restoration. And that transition begins with understanding that the hardest part is truly behind you. There were nights when you felt like nothing would change, when silence surrounded you and answers felt distant and unclear. You kept going, even when you were tired of holding on. And even when it felt like no one noticed your effort, that persistence matters more than you realize, because it is the reason you are standing at this moment of release. The weight you carried was never meant to stay forever. It was meant to build something inside you that could not be taken away. Now that it has done its work, it is being lifted from your life so you can move forward without that constant pressure. If this is reaching you at the right time, take a moment and show your support by liking this video, because your simple action helps this reach others who need this same encouragement. You may still feel traces of the past trying to pull you back, and that is natural, because healing does not erase memory instantly. But there is a difference now, because those memories no longer have power over your direction. You are no longer defined by what you went through. You are strengthened by it and prepared for something better. The end of that struggle does not mean you forget it. It means you are no longer controlled by it. This is the moment where your story shifts from endurance to growth, from pain to purpose. What you are stepping into will not feel familiar at first, because peace can feel strange after chaos. You might question whether it will last, or whether the same pattern will return. But it will not repeat in the same way. You have already walked through that fire, and there is no reason to send you back into it again. The path ahead is designed for who you have become, not who you were when the struggle began. That is why this ending is so important, because it marks the beginning of something new that matches your strength. Type 1111 if you believe there is a quiet rebuilding happening inside you, even if you cannot fully see it yet. Your confidence is returning in small ways. Your hope is becoming steady again, and your perspective is changing. These are signs that you are no longer stuck in the same place. even if everything around you has not visibly changed yet. Real transformation often begins within before it shows itself outwardly. What you are feeling right now is the early stage of a new chapter forming, one that is not shaped by fear, but by clarity. You were never meant to stay in that place forever, even though it felt like there was no exit at times. The delay you experienced was not a denial. It was preparation that took longer than you expected. Every moment you thought you were being overlooked was actually building something that would support you later. Now that you have reached the end of that phase, you are being given space to breathe again and to move without the same resistance. This is not luck. It is a result of everything you endured and everything you refuse to give up on. As you continue forward, you will begin to notice small shifts that confirm this change is real. Situations that once triggered you will no longer have the same effect, and obstacles that once stopped you will feel easier to overcome. This is how you know the cycle has truly ended, because your response to life is no longer shaped by that old weight. You are becoming someone who moves with more peace, more clarity, and more confidence than before. That is the reward of making it through something that once felt impossible. This is not a temporary pause. It is a lasting shift that is changing how you experience everything around you. You are stepping into a place where your energy is no longer drained by the same weight you carried for so long. There were times when you questioned whether it would ever end, when you wondered if this was simply how your life would always feel. You pushed forward even when nothing seemed to improve. And that persistence is the reason you have reached this turning point. You were being strengthened in ways that could not be rushed, even though it felt like you were being held back. Now that the pressure has done its work, it is no longer needed, and it is being removed from your path. You are not losing anything by leaving it behind. You are gaining space for something better to grow. Type 555 to affirm. Could the CIA really be hiding a 7-second ritual that turns money struggles into success? A confidential CIA finding exposes a unique 7-second practice that activates money, attracting brain waves automatically. Backed by science and 4 elite labs, this simple home ritual is helping struggling people move into dream lifestyles. But this page may not stay live. Click the link in the description and comments before it is wiped from the internet. The ending of that chapter is not loud or dramatic. It is quiet and steady, like a door closing gently behind you. You may not have realized the exact moment it ended, but you can feel that it has. The tension that once lived in your thoughts is fading, and your reactions are becoming more grounded and less overwhelmed. This is how true change shows itself, not through sudden chaos, but through calm consistency. You are being restored piece by piece, and each step forward confirms that you are no longer in the same place. What once triggered fear or doubt in you is starting to lose its power, and you are responding differently without even trying. This is a sign that you have grown beyond what once controlled you. You are not the same person who entered that struggle, and that is why you cannot return to it in the same way. Growth creates distance between you and your past, and that distance protects you from repeating the same cycle. You are moving forward with a new awareness that will guide your decisions and keep you aligned with what is meant for you. There is also a rebuilding happening in your confidence, one that is not based on outside validation, but on what you have survived. You know now what you are capable of, even if you do not say it out loud. That knowledge becomes a quiet strength that supports you in every situation you face. You are no longer easily shaken because you have already faced something that tested you deeply. What comes next will not break you. It will reveal how strong you have truly become. As you continue on this path, you will begin to attract different experiences into your life. The energy you carry is no longer heavy, and that change will reflect in the people and opportunities that come your way. You are not meant to stay connected to what hurt you. You are meant to move toward what builds you. This shift may feel unfamiliar at first, but it is exactly where you need to be. You are entering a season where things begin to align more naturally without the same level of struggle you once faced. Type 22222 to receive blessings. It is important to understand that this new phase will still require your awareness, but it will not demand the same level of endurance. You will no longer have to fight through every step because the path is becoming clearer. You are being supported in ways you could not see before, and that support will continue as long as you stay aligned with your growth. The ending of that difficult season has created room for this support to flow into your life. You are no longer blocked in the same way, and that makes all the difference. There may still be moments when you look back and feel the echo of what you went through, but those moments will not pull you back. They will simply remind you of how far you have come and how much has changed. Your story is not defined by that struggle anymore. It is shaped by how you moved through it and what you became because of it. That is something no one can take from you, and it will continue to guide you forward. You are carrying wisdom now that will protect you from repeating the same patterns. You are also learning how to trust again, not blindly, but with a deeper understanding of what is right for you. This trust will help you make better choices and recognize what aligns with your growth. You are no longer settling for what drains you because you have experienced the cost of that. Instead, you are choosing what brings peace and stability into your life. This is how you maintain the progress you have made and continue building something stronger. The ending of this chapter is not just about leaving something behind. It is about stepping into something new with intention. You are not being placed back at the beginning. You are being moved forward into a higher place. Everything you went through has prepared you for this, even the moments that felt pointless at the time. Nothing was wasted, and nothing was without purpose. You are now in a position to use what you have learned in ways that will benefit you moving forward. As you continue to grow, you will notice that your perspective keeps expanding. Things that once seemed overwhelming will now feel manageable, and challenges will no longer feel like threats. You are developing a sense of balance that allows you to handle situations with clarity instead of fear. This is the result of everything you have overcome, and it will continue to strengthen as you move forward. You are not returning to who you were. You are becoming someone stronger, wiser, and more grounded. This is how you know the ending was real, because your reactions have changed without you needing to force them. You are becoming someone who moves forward with calm strength instead of constant pressure. There is a new rhythm forming in your life, one that is not built on survival, but on growth and stability. You are starting to notice moments where you feel at ease without needing a reason. And that is something you have not felt in a long time. This ease is not temporary. It is part of the new space you are stepping into. It may feel unfamiliar at first, but that does not mean it is not meant for you. It simply means you are adjusting to a life that no longer revolves around struggle. Type 1010. If you walk by faith, you are also beginning to see yourself differently. Not through the lens of what you went through, but through the strength you gained from it. The way you think, the way you respond, and the way you carry yourself is shifting. You are no longer reacting from pain. You are responding from clarity. This is a powerful change because it shapes everything that comes next in your life. It allows you to make choices that support your peace instead of disrupting it. Could a hidden CIA discovery explain why so many people are suddenly living in luxury? Secret CIA research has surfaced, revealing a brain technique that pulls in wealth almost like magic. It takes just 7 seconds, can be done at home, and is supported by 4 neuroscience labs. People are leaving debt behind and enjoying luxury right now. But this information might be removed soon. Click the link in the description and comments before it disappears. What once felt heavy now feels distant, almost like something that happened to another version of you. That version of you did what was needed to get through. And now you are stepping into a version of yourself that can finally breathe. You are not forgetting what happened, but you are no longer living inside it. That separation is what gives you the freedom to move forward without fear. You are no longer tied to that experience. In the same way, as you continue, you will notice that your environment begins to reflect this inner change. The people you connect with, the conversations you have, and the opportunities that appear will start to align with your new energy. You are no longer attracting the same patterns because you are no longer operating from the same place. This is not coincidence. It is the natural result of your growth. Everything around you is adjusting to who you have become. Type 122 to claim miracles. There will be moments where you pause and realize how far you have come, and those moments will feel quiet but powerful. You will recognize that what once felt impossible to escape is now behind you. That realization will bring a sense of gratitude that is deeper than words. It will remind you that even in your hardest moments, something was working in your favor. You were being carried through a process that had a purpose, even when it did not feel that way. You are also learning how to protect your peace, not by shutting yourself off, but by choosing what you allow into your life. You are becoming more aware of what supports you and what drains you, and that awareness will guide your decisions. You are no longer ignoring what does not feel right, because you have learned the cost of doing that. This is how you maintain the progress you have made. You move forward with intention instead of habit. There is a sense of stability building within you, one that is not easily shaken. Even when something unexpected happens, you are able to stay grounded in a way that you could not before. This is because your foundation has changed. It is no longer built on uncertainty, but on everything you have learned and overcome. That foundation will continue to support you as you move into new experiences. You may still have moments where you feel uncertain, but those moments will pass quickly. They will not take hold of you in the same way they once did. You have gained the ability to move through those feelings without getting stuck in them. That is a sign of real growth. Not the absence of difficulty, but the ability to handle it differently. You are no longer overwhelmed by every challenge because you have developed strength that stays with you. As you look ahead, you will begin to see possibilities that you could not see before. Your vision is expanding, and you are allowing yourself to imagine something better. This is important because it shapes the direction you move in. When you believe that something good is possible, you begin to move toward it naturally. You are no longer limited by what you went through. You are guided by what you are becoming. The end of that difficult season has created space for something new to grow, and that growth will continue as long as you nurture it. You are not starting over. You are starting from experience. Everything you learned is now a part of you, and it will help you navigate what comes next. You are moving forward with more awareness, more strength, and more clarity than before. That is what makes this new chapter different. There is also a deeper sense of trust forming within you, one that does not depend on everything going perfectly. You understand now that even when things are not easy, there is still a path forward. This trust allows you to move with confidence. Even when you do not have all the answers, you are no longer waiting for certainty to take action. You are moving forward because you know you can handle what comes your way. You are being guided into a life that feels more aligned with who you truly are. The distractions and struggles that once pulled you away from that alignment are no longer holding you back. You are able to focus on what matters to you, and that focus will help you build something meaningful. You are not just moving away from pain, you are moving toward purpose. That shift is what makes this moment so important. Everything you have gone through has led you to this point, and now you are ready to step into what comes next. You are not carrying the same weight, and you are not facing the same obstacles. You are moving forward with a sense of freedom that you have not felt in a long time. That freedom will continue to grow as you embrace this new phase of your life. You are no longer defined by your past. You are shaped by your strength. This is not because life has suddenly become perfect, but because you are no longer carrying the same internal weight that once made everything feel heavier. What changed inside you is now shaping what happens outside you. There was a time when every step forward felt like a struggle, when even simple things seemed to take more energy than they should have. You questioned yourself. You doubted your direction. And at times, you felt like you were moving without purpose. But even in those moments, something within you refused to stop, and that quiet determination carried you further than you realized. Now you are standing in a place where that effort is beginning to return to you in a different form. You are not pushing as hard, yet you are moving further, and that is the sign that the season has truly shifted. Type 22 to receive blessings. There is also a deeper peace settling into your heart, one that does not depend on everything around you being perfect. This peace comes from knowing that you have already made it through something that once felt impossible. It gives you a sense of stability that stays with you even when things are uncertain. You are no longer shaken by every change because you have learned how to stay grounded within yourself. That grounding is what allows you to move forward without fear controlling your decisions. Why are so many people saying this CIA ritual changed their life in only 7 seconds? This leaked CIA method is powerful and effective. A short brainwave technique backed by 4 neuroscience labs is helping regular people move from broke to prosperous. Dream homes, cars, and trips are becoming possible. But this video could be taken down at any moment. Click the link in the description and comments now before it is gone. As you continue, you will begin to notice that your relationships are also changing. The connections that once drained you will no longer hold the same place in your life. You are becoming more selective, not out of fear, but out of understanding what you truly need. The people who come into your life now will feel different because they will align with the person you have become. You are no longer drawn to what brings confusion. You are drawn to what brings clarity and support. There is a sense of clarity growing within you that helps you see situations for what they truly are. You are no longer overthinking every detail or questioning your worth in the same way. This clarity allows you to make decisions with confidence, even when the outcome is not fully known. You trust yourself more now, and that trust will guide you through everything that comes next. It is not about having all the answers. It is about knowing that you can handle whatever unfolds. Type 1010. If you trust God, you are also learning how to move at your own pace without comparing yourself to others or feeling like you are falling behind. This is important because your path is not meant to look like anyone else's. The timing of your life is unique, and everything is unfolding exactly as it should for you. You are not late, you are not off track, and you are not missing out. You are right where you need to be, moving forward in a way that is right for you. There will be moments where you pause and reflect on everything you have been through, and those moments will feel different now. Instead of pain, you will feel a sense of strength and understanding. You will see how every challenge shaped you and prepared you for this new phase. Nothing was wasted, and nothing was meaningless. Every experience added something to you that you now carry forward with confidence. You are also becoming more aware of your own needs, and you are no longer ignoring them. You are learning how to take care of yourself in ways that support your well-being. This includes setting boundaries, choosing rest when you need it, and not overextending yourself for things that do not serve you. This is not selfish. It is necessary for maintaining the balance you are building. You are creating a life that supports you instead of draining you. There is a new sense of purpose beginning to form, even if it is not fully clear yet. You may feel drawn towards certain ideas, goals, or directions that were not as strong before. This is part of the transition you are going through. You are being guided towards something that aligns with who you have become. It may not happen all at once, but step by step, it will become clearer. As you move forward, you will notice that your energy is being used differently. You are no longer spending it on things that do not matter. Instead, you are focusing on what brings value and meaning into your life. This shift will help you build something more stable and fulfilling. You are no longer caught in cycles that drain you. You are creating a path that supports your growth. There is also a growing sense of confidence in the way you carry yourself. You are no longer shrinking to fit into spaces that do not respect your worth. You are showing up as you are without needing approval from others. This confidence is not loud, it is steady and grounded. It comes from knowing what you have been through and what you have overcome. You are beginning to understand that the end of that difficult chapter was not just about relief. It was about transformation. You are not the same person anymore, and that change is what allows you to step into something better. The struggles you faced built a strength that you now carry with you. That strength will continue to support you as you move forward. Everything ahead of you is shaped by the person you have become, not the person you used to be. This means that your future will look different from your past. You are no longer repeating the same patterns. You are creating new ones that align with your growth. This is how you move into a better phase of your life, by becoming someone who can sustain it. Keep moving forward with this awareness, because it will guide you through every step. You are not going back to what you left behind. You are moving into something that reflects your strength, your growth, and your resilience. This is your confirmation that it is truly over, and that what lies ahead is meant to build you in ways that you have been waiting for. You are now moving into a space where your life begins to feel more steady. Not because everything is perfect, but because you are no longer shaken by what once disturbed you. The difference is within you, and that difference is powerful enough to change everything around you. You are not reacting the same way. You are not thinking the same way, and you are not carrying the same weight. This is the result of everything you have gone through, finally settling into strength. You are no longer in survival mode. You are in a place where you can begin to live with intention. There is a quiet confidence building inside you, one that does not need to be announced or proven to anyone. It shows in the way you handle situations, in the way you speak, and in the way you carry yourself through each day. You are no longer easily shaken by uncertainty because you have already faced things that tested you deeply. That experience has given you a kind of stability that cannot be taken away. You are standing on something solid now, and that is why everything feels different. Type 777. If you trust in Jesus, you will begin to notice that things which once drained you no longer have the same effect.